Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about a shocking story from the early 2000s involving rapper Nelly and a very tough decision made by his own mother. It's a story filled with family drama, broken relationships, and the price of fame. Let's dive in. For those who may not be familiar, Nelly was one of the biggest rap stars in the early 2000s. He burst onto the scene in 2000 with his debut album Country Grammar, which spawned several huge hits like the title track, E.I., and Ride Wit Me. Nelly quickly established himself as one of the most popular and recognizable rappers of the era, known for his melodic flow, catchy hooks, and unique fashion sense featuring his iconic Band-Aid look. Over the next few years, Nelly continued his meteoric rise, releasing massively successful follow-up albums like 2002's Nellyville, which contained monster hits like Hot in Who, Work It, and Dilemma, featuring Kelly Rowland. By the mid-2000s, Nelly was a bonafide superstar, one of the biggest names not just in rap, but in all of music. But behind the scenes, Nelly was dealing with some major family drama that threatened to derail his career. It all centered around his relationship with his mother, Carlene Doris. By all accounts, Nelly had a very close and loving relationship with his mom growing up. She was a central part of his life and career, helping to guide him and support him on his rise to fame. However, things took a turn for the worse in the early 2000s when Nelly began dating R&B singer Ashanti. Carlene was reportedly not a fan of this relationship and made it very clear that she disapproved. She felt that Ashanti was a bad influence on her son and that she was coming between them. Nelly, on the other hand, was head over heels for Ashanti and was not willing to give up the relationship, even for the sake of his relationship with his mother. This led to a major falling out between Nelly and Carlene. By most accounts, Carlene ultimately made the heartbreaking decision to disown her son over his refusal to end things with Ashanti. She cut off all contact with Nelly and refused to have anything to do with him going forward. It was an incredibly painful and dramatic situation for the family. Nelly was devastated by his mother's decision, but he remained steadfast in his commitment to Ashanti. The two continued their relationship throughout the 2000s, even collaborating musically on a few occasions. However, the rift between Nelly and his mother cast a dark cloud over his personal life and likely took a toll on his mental health and well-being during the height of his career. While Nelly's professional life was thriving, with hit albums and sold-out tours, his personal life was in shambles. The fallout with his mother was a constant source of pain and distraction. There were even reports that Carlene's disownment of Nelly led to a rift between him and other members of his family, further isolating him. It's hard to say for certain, but many believe that this family drama had a negative impact on Nelly's creative output and commercial success in the latter half of the 2000s. After the massive triumphs of the early 2000s, his albums started to underperform and his public profile began to wane. Of course, there were likely many factors at play, but the personal turmoil with his mother was surely a contributing factor. To this day, Nelly and his mother Carlene have reportedly never fully reconciled. There were some efforts made over the years to bridge the gap, but the wounds were too deep, and the rift was too wide. Carlene maintained her stance that Nelly had chosen Ashanti over his own family, and she was not willing to forgive that. Nelly, for his part, expressed deep regret and sadness over the situation, but he remained committed to Ashanti and unwilling to end the relationship to appease his mother. The two camps seemed to be at an impasse, and the family remained divided. It's a truly tragic story, a successful, beloved artist torn apart from his own flesh and blood over a romantic relationship. The pain and heartbreak that Nelly must have felt is unimaginable. And the fact that they were never able to fully reconcile before Carlene's passing in 2018 makes it all the more heartbreaking. Ultimately, this story serves as a powerful cautionary tale about the perils of putting romantic relationships ahead of family, and the sometimes irreparable damage that can be done when those lines are crossed. It's a stark reminder that fame and fortune don't make you immune to the same difficult decisions and painful consequences that all families face. While we may never know the full story or understand Carlene's motivations, it's clear that this was an immensely difficult situation for all involved. The rift between Nelly and his mother was a heavy cross for him to bear, even as he continued to experience tremendous professional success. It's a sobering example of the price that can come with choosing love over family. Thanks for watching. And let me know your thoughts on this dramatic saga in the comments below.